So here we are on the streets of Monte Carlo. Is it odd living here, or is this just home? Because for us coming here, it feels very special. It's such a unique place.
It is special, but then, yeah, I mean, it's especially during the Grand Prix where it's really special. Then around the year, it's quite a normal city, like any other city, quite calm. Yeah, I got my friends here, which is pretty strange to go to the track with. And I live actually in this street, which is only like 100 meters far from the track, so it's pretty strange to go to Mindsets.
I mean, you say it's like any other city, but I passed an estate agent this morning and there was a 2-room flat for 4.6 million euros. Is everybody here a millionaire, or is that just, that's not really how it is?
That is a legend. I mean, the Monegasque itself, the real Monegasques, are not all millionaires. They are normal people. But it's the strangers that are coming here, and these guys are paying the full price here, and then you need to be a billionaire or a millionaire to live here.
Okay, but, so the Monegasque are smarter than that. They don't pay the big money. They just
we have some advantages.
And it must be amazing coming back here for the Grand Prix, your first time in Formula One, to race around these streets.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream come true. Since I am 4 years old, I'm even younger. I'm watching the Grand Prix every year, dreaming to be one day part of it, and this day has finally happened. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Last year was my first ever Grand Prix in Monaco at home, and this year in the top category feels amazing.
Growing up in Monaco, I mean, was racing always the dream for you?
Until I was 3 years old, I didn't really thought about racing. I liked cars, but that's it. And then after that, I tried karting for the first time, and I fell in love with the sport straight away. I was the kind of kid that was changing sports every 2 weeks, but with this one, with motorsport, then I stick to it, and yeah, since then I'm racing in motorsport.
I think everybody just assumes that if you come from Monaco, that you come from money, and so the path into Formula One should be easy for you. But it's not that way, is it?
No, definitely not. I mean, there's a lot of sacrifices. Obviously, I mean, karting costs a lot of money at the base of it anyway. So you need to have a little bit to start with. But then in 2010, I had to, I normally had to stop because my father didn't have enough to keep me going. But then luckily Jules Bianchi spoke to Nicolas Todd that then took me and paid for me until now. Otherwise I wouldn't have continued. So it's an expensive sport at the beginning anyway, but obviously it gets to quite crazy levels after it.
It's the amazing thing, isn't it? Because Jules came from Nice, just down the way, and you come from here. There's always been that link between you and Jules for, you know, as you say, for so many years now.
Yeah, I mean, with Jules we have been always very close, not only with him but with his whole family. My father was the best friend of Jules' father. My older brother was the best friend of Jules, and I was the best friend and I am the best friend of the younger brother of Jules. So it's both of our families very close. So. Yeah, I mean, it has made us also very close, and he was also my godfather, so yeah. Wow. I mean, he has always followed me and helped me in my career whenever he could.
And it's been, I mean, we've spoken about it before, obviously an incredibly emotional few years for you with Jules, with your father. Coming back here, you know, to race at home, does that, we talk about pressure so much in Formula One. Does that put pressure on? Does it, I don't know, like, does the emotion bring pressure, or does the emotion bring pride? What's the overarching kind of feeling when you come to something like this?
I mean, it's a lot of emotions, obviously, but it's more motivational, more than anything. I mean, yeah, as I said, it's quite strange and quite difficult to change to race mindset in a situation like this one where I'm at home. But also you can really feel the support and I mean, many people came to see me, and now it's your home Grand Prix. We'll all be there. We'll be, here you go. La
Yeah, there
Principauté.
you go. Half a star.
It's definitely very nice to see that, to feel the support. But no, the pressure is not something I feel so much.
Is it nice to be at home then? Are you sort of, you're in your own bed, you're in your own place, surrounded by your own things? Is that nice for your home Grand Prix, just to have creature comforts around you?
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, it's different and it's unique during the season to have a situation like that one where I can sleep in my own bed. And yeah, it probably sounds weird, but when you are at home, I mean, this is a city I'm taking every day since I'm born to go to school. These are the ways to go to school, you know. So it's pretty strange, as I said, to be fully focused. But last year I managed to do so, and I'll work to be fully on it this year also.
That's the weird thing, because like British Grand Prix, I stay at home for the British Grand Prix, and I always end up like leaving my pass behind or something like that, because you get so used to living out of a suitcase. When you're actually at home, it's almost, I guess it might be easy to kind of not have your head quite in the game.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's very difficult, but at the end, I mean, I'll push to be 200% on it.
And when you're driving around the track, I mean, we're almost down at the track now. Do you have little moments where you're hurtling along at a couple of 100 miles an hour, but do you have little moments where you're like, oh, I remember the time I did, there's my favourite restaurant, there's that place where I did this thing when I was a kid, is it?
During the track walk, yes.
Okay.
Then once you're actually in the car, it's pretty difficult to think about those things, because there's so many things that is going on with procedures, and then you actually need to focus to do the lap time on track. So and actually Monaco is one of those tracks where it's where you need to be fully concentrated all the lap, and as soon as you lose the concentration, you can't really permit yourself to do an error, because the wall is so close that it's you'll straight away pay your errors.
And it must be strange as well to actually be able to drive around these roads with no traffic, because the traffic in Monaco is horrible normally.
Yeah, but only during the Grand Prix, to be honest.
Okay. So what's the best restaurant in Monaco? Where's your favourite place to go hang out? Or do you not want anybody to know about it?
No, I like stars and bars.
Yeah?
I like the ambience of it. I mean, it's racing, motorsport, and this is basically my whole life. So to go there, I find myself a little bit in my environment.
That's a good endorsement,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, and that's right by the paddock as well. Will we
Yeah.
find you there after the race on Sunday, having a beer?
Probably. Not having a beer, but definitely eating a burger or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you allow yourself a burger after a
Oh,
race?
yeah.
Is that okay?
I'm
Is that like a cheat
I'm
meal?
quite easy on food. I mean, I work hard, but I definitely I'm easy on food.
A little bit of something bad for you is okay every now and then, right?
Yeah, it's okay. I try to do enough sport to then be able to eat whatever I want. This is my mentality.
I like that. I like that. So here we are, the track right here. What does it mean to you? You know, what does it mean to be these streets where you grew up, and this is where you're going to be lining up for your first Formula One Grand Prix? You know, at your home on the streets where you grew up.
Yeah, this is the best stop that I took off, that I was taking to go to school every morning. So again, it's quite a special
Seriously,
place.
right from here?
Yeah, just after that, yeah. So yeah, it's quite crazy. I mean, what I've always said and what I've realized last year was that even if it's a street that the track, I might do it twice a day, just with buses or with the car. But actually, when you go in a race car and you try it for the first time like I did last year, I did not recognize my CC, because you are going so quick, everything is going so quick, you are very low, so it's just a different view of the track, and you just I just could see that I was discovering the track last year, and actually I thought that it was a track that I knew since a long time. I mean, it's a pretty strange feeling.
You talk about it being a strange feeling, Jean. It's got to be kind of, Mr. Alesi. That's always nice. It's got to be strange to be, as you say, to be hurtling around this place and having seen Grand Prix, having grown up watching the races here, to finally be here doing it, to finally be living that, experiencing that. Does it ever feel strange? Does it ever feel surreal, or does it just feel part of the process, part of your journey?
It does feel weird. But yeah, I mean, as I was saying, I've always been watching the Grand Prix, dreaming of being one day part of it, and especially the Monaco Grand Prix. I think I'm very lucky to have one of the best Grand Prix at home, or in my opinion at least. I love city tracks, so yeah, I'm definitely really looking forward to here, and we'll try to get the best result possible.
We had a great race in Baku. Does that bode well for here? How well the car will go? How well you will go on a street track?
Yeah, Baku was a street track, but it was also quite a long straight, so
Yeah.
it was not really, well, it was definitely not high downforce. Here it is a lot more, so I think we will struggle a bit more here, because at the moment it's our weakness, to be honest, so we'll try to work on it and try to make the best result possible, but I'm quite confused, as I said in the past. It's difficult for me to know where we can expect to be, because to be honest, in Barcelona we expected a very difficult weekend, and at the end we did a second consecutive Q2 and a second consecutive time in the points, which we definitely did not expect at all. So hopefully we are very well surprised today also, I mean tomorrow, and it goes a lot better than what we expect.
Can the driver still make a difference around Monaco? Is it one of those tracks where if you're willing to take that extra bite to run the barriers just that little bit closer, that you can really make that difference?
Yeah, I think it can make a bigger difference than other tracks. Then how much, I don't know. So hopefully enough to have a very good result.
Do you know any shortcuts?
I do. But yeah, pretty difficult to take them with a Formula 1 car.
Yeah, I can imagine. You've got I think just after Saint-Devote you can cut down.
Yeah, you can go down.
Right, and then get to the Nouvelle Chicane. That's like 3/4 of the track done.
Yeah.
At that point. And it's already been a pretty amazing week for you here. A royal appointment yesterday.
Yes, me and the Prince, we know each other since I think the first time we saw each other I was 6 years old when I started in karting, and he has always been a very good supporter of mine. And yeah, actually we were discussing yesterday of my path to Formula 1, and it was quite great to see that both of us believed in it and we achieved it. So he was very happy with that, and he might pass by in the pit to support me a little bit during the weekend.
So there we go, Sunday afternoon then, a couple of 100 meters from here, down at the start line. Monegasque anthem's playing. You're there, the Prince is there. What's that going to feel like?
It's going to feel crazy. Yeah. I mean, I remember at the exit of turn 1, I was 3.5 years old, playing with the small cars, watching the Grand Prix, dreaming of one day be in the big cars this time, and this day is finally happening. I think it will be quite emotional on the start, but again, I will really do everything to keep down the emotions, because then I have got the start to do, and I really need to be to do a good start, which is especially very important in Monaco, because then overtaking is pretty difficult.
I'm sure it's going to be an amazing day. Good luck. Have an amazing weekend.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Take care, man. See you later.
See you. Hello, mate. How are you?
All okay?
Yeah, all good.